to another episode of the In the Hot Seat podcast. And in this episode, I will be talking about Impact Wrestling with Under Siege that basically was over as of moments ago. So I got a lot to be able to get through for this review for Under Siege and for what we did get to see on the countdown for Under Siege. We did have the Dead Dolls dealing with the Coven in a non-title match and everything. So with this one, we basically were able to have basically a sort of new partner for Jessica on this one, where we had basically having Courtney Rush actually being able to be that partner as I was trying to get the name right and everything because it's been a while. I'm used to seeing basically Courtney Rush basically for Demon Buddy and everything. So to actually see her actually wrestle, which was really actually cool to be able to see that come back from the other side basically. For Rosemary wanted to be able to have someone to help out Jessica. So this was not titled the tag team titles, but Knockouts tag team titles weren't on the line. So in this one, we did have the Death Dolls, of course, dealing with the win. So that was really cool there against the Coven. So I'm really happy about that. And then we had the Digital Media Championship on the line, Joe Hendry and so Dirty Dango on this one, and being able to end things unfortunately by DQ. Dirty Dango actually low blowing Joe Hendry on this one. So of course Joe Hendry actually keeps the Digital Media Championship on that one. So interesting to see what things are going to be going for Dirty Dango and everything. Of course, dealing with the investigation and stuff like that, and then actually turning it around and actually being the one to actually attack Joe Hendry. So I'm sure these two will continue things. Then we get into the main card where we open things up with Nick Aldis dealing with Kenny King. Nick Aldis recently returning to Impact, which is really cool. Being able to go up against the veteran as well for Kenny King. So seeing these two veterans go at it, which is really awesome. And Nick Aldis actually getting his win there. So he's looking to slowly but surely make his way back, I'm sure, to the main event picture and be able to be world champion at some point. I can definitely see that. And then we get into the design dealing with Sami Callihan and Rick Strong. We had a mystery tag team partner who could have been anybody, but we had Jake Person basically reuniting of OVE in this way, so that's really cool there. Sami Callihan has been dealing with the design for so long and everything, so he was able to get his hands on Diener, and being able to have that happen definitely was a sight to see and really dope there. So, of course, basically, if you want to put it this way, OVE getting their win. And then we had basically Trinity dealing with Giselle Shaw, being able to see these two go at it, which was a really awesome back and forth match between the two, as I thought it would be. Giselle Shaw, she was able to try her best there and everything, but Trinity was able to actually deal with Giselle Shaw and make her tap out and to see where things will go. So really cool. First feud for Trinity on this, so I can see these two going at it for sure. Then we got the World Tag Team titles on the line. ABC, Ace Austin and Chris Bay dealing with basically in a way returning and debuting Subculture, of course, from NXT UK. Being able to see the whole stable there, which is really awesome to be able to see that. I always felt like they should have been doing a lot more in NXT UK. I've always been a fan of them, so seeing them with the full entrance, basically NXT UK style, which is really awesome to see that. I would have loved to see them get the tag team titles, but they did it. ABC basically keeping at their tag team titles. We had the X Division Championship on the line, Trey Miguel and Chris Sabin. Really cool seeing Chris Sabin back in this position, being able to try and stop Trey Miguel. It came close, definitely for sure, for Chris Sabin. But we had Trey Miguel always finding a way to actually keep the X Division Championship for sure. Then we had the six-way number one contenders match to see who would be the number one contender for the world title. So on this one, we had Moose, Eddie Edwards, Yuya on this one, and as well Jonathan Gresham, Alex Shelley, as well Fakey Kazarian, and basically the winner gets a shot at the world title for whoever it will be, I'll get into just a little bit at Against All Odds, and really interesting stuff as well. Uh, there was a few people I feel like it could have went to. I wouldn't mind having it be Jonathan Gresham, which would have been awesome. Really, any one of these, and basically for that part anyway, for that matter, would have been fine. As well, especially Eddie Edwards getting back into the world title picture would have been cool. But we had Alex Shelley actually getting one. That's really dope and awesome, definitely for sure, and badass. So really awesome to see that for Alex Shelley, and well deserved there. And then we had the last chance knockouts world title match, and where we had Deanna Purrazzo and as well Jordan Grace continuing things. As well, it was actually reported that I saw that we were able to see Jordan Grace for the final time, and it looks like a contract is up. So curious to see where things going to be going there as well. We'll see what happens with that. So Deanna Purrazzo was able to get a win and keep the world championship for the knockouts there. So I really like her as champion again. So that definitely feels right. So in terms of Jordan Grace, I wouldn't mind seeing her in WWE. I think that would be really cool to be able to see her there. I would love to see that, but it doesn't matter where she goes. There's a chance she could go anywhere. It doesn't always have to be AEW. She could go to NWA or anywhere else, basically, for that matter. But definitely curious to see where things are going to be going. And definitely thank her for everything that she's done and seeing her on Impact. And she can always resign, definitely for sure. I wouldn't be surprised about that either. And then we get into the main event, of course, the no DQ match for the world title. Steve Macklin, the PCO. It was really cool to see PCO in this caliber of match and for the main event and for the world title. These two basically doing everything that they can to stop each other. Almost at one point, this match didn't happen before the pay-per-view, but PCO was able to make it to the match and everything using anything that they can. Grab their hands on it using the staple gun, which is insane. Steve Macklin being busted open, which is crazy. They use the bricks and everything else in between that they can really think of to actually take each other out and everything. So even though it could have went either or, but Steve Macklin, being the badass heel that he is, he was able to actually get the win and everything, and Scott D'Amore actually handing him the world title and everything, and then Bully Ray coming out and attacking. Actually Scott Moore afterwards, and that's an interesting alliance and a crazy chaotic end for Under Siege. That's basically everything that went down for Under Siege. So right here for Memorial Day weekend and with the Feast of Professional Wrestling. So Under Siege, of course, for Night of Champions, of course, as well for NXT Battleground and anything's off at AEW Double or Nothing, both on the same night for Sunday. So a lot more to look forward to and a lot more reviews definitely on the way for the rest of this weekend. So hopefully you are enjoying your Memorial Day weekend. If you have any plans going for the weekend, definitely feel free to let me know. Hopefully enjoy your time and everything and enjoy not only the Feast of Pro Wrestling, but as well just enjoy Memorial Day as a whole as well. So that about does it for this episode for the In the Hot Seat podcast. So a lot more is definitely to come. Looking forward to that. Until then, I'll catch everyone next time for the next episode for the In the Hot Seat podcast. Be sure to leave a like as always if you're watching on the YouTube version. Before I forget, of course, not only leave a like, but subscribe, hit the notification bell to get more notified and to be aware on what's happening. Check out the socials as well for the link tree, which will be in the description box, or as well the main YouTube channel and the rest of the socials as well, so you can stay up to date for the latest episodes of the In the Hot Seat podcast. Until then, I'll catch everyone next time in the next episode for the In the Hot Seat podcast.